What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about Kaleb McGary and will the Atlanta Falcons re-sign Kaleb McGary in free agency. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I want to talk about right tackle Kaleb McGary and will the Atlanta Falcons re-sign him in free agency. Today, Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith had their season-ending press conference, and Kaleb McGary's name came up as one of the questions of will the Atlanta Falcons look to re-sign him this offseason. Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith basically stated that Kaleb McGary was a huge part of the growth that they seen out of this offensive line this past season. Kaleb McGary did have his best season of his career so far. The Falcons didn't pick up his fifth-year option last year. So at this point, Kaleb McGary, when free agency opens, will be an unrestricted free agent where he can sign with any team. Personally, if I'm the Falcons, I try to re-sign Kaleb McGary in free agency because I believe that they will re-sign Chris Lindstrom. And both of those guys play on the right side of the offensive line. Both of those guys got drafted together. They have great chemistry because they've been together for the past 4 to 5 years. So at this point, I do believe that the Falcons should try to re-sign Kaleb McGary because he has improved every single season. He was a mauler this year in the running game. And this Falcons team and this Falcons identity is running the football, being tough in the trenches. And to me, the offensive line, other than the left guard position, this offensive line had played pretty well this season, and pretty much has been solidified. Other than the left guard position and the center position, Jake Matthews, Chris Lindstrom, and Kaleb McGary, those guys played really, really well this past season. So if you have a chance to keep your offensive line together, continuity is very important, especially amongst your offensive line and those 5 guys that have to be on the string during games to protect the quarterback and also in the running game. And this Falcons team, this offensive line this past season was, to me, one of the strengths of our of this team and of our offense. Tyler Algier did break the rookie rushing record for our Atlanta Falcons, and a lot of that has to do with how well the offensive line played this year. If you watch the film, Kaleb McGary and those guys up front did a great job of opening up seams and opening up holes for our running backs to run through. And I feel like Kaleb McGary was a big part in that. If you look at Pro Football Focus, they rate Kaleb McGary as the top or one of the top 3 right tackles in the NFL this season. Both him and Chris Lindstrom. Chris Lindstrom ranked as the best offensive lineman of all linemen in the NFL this season due to Pro Football Focus and their grading scale. But if you just watch the games this season, you can tell that this Atlanta Falcons team, the strength of our Atlanta Falcons team this past season was the offensive line. So because we have been in rebuild mode for the last 2 seasons since we brought in Arthur Smith, I really think that you try to bring back Kaleb McGary to this Falcons team and keep him a part of that 5-man unit. The only way I see Kaleb McGary not being re-signed is if he asks for too much money. If he tries to go out there and be the highest paid right tackle, I don't know if the Falcons are willing to spend that kind of money because they're going to have to make Chris Lindstrom possibly the highest paid right guard in the NFL. I don't believe they're going to be able to pay both of those guys top dollar. So I do believe that if Kaleb McGary does want to stay on this Atlanta Falcons team, he's going to have to take a little bit of a discount. And I believe that he might be willing to take a little bit of a discount because him and Chris Lindstrom are really close, and he has developed that continuity with the team. Now we know that money talks, so we'll see in free agency, what his agent and what Kaleb McGary feels about this Atlanta Falcons team, and if it's any other teams out there that's willing to make Kaleb McGary the highest paid right tackle in the NFL. Personally, I don't know how the other teams in the NFL feel about Kaleb McGary, if they feel like he's the best right tackle in the game. Personally, I wouldn't go out on the limb and say that he is the best, but I do think that he's fits this Atlanta Falcons scheme perfectly. And I do think if Kaleb McGary decides to walk in free agency, I think he could make a mistake in regards to he has to go to a team that's going to fit his play style. And we seen when we had Dirk Cutter as an offensive coordinator who wanted to throw the football, 70% of the time. We've seen Kaleb McGary kind of struggle in pass protection. But when we switched to this more run-heavy scheme, it fit Kaleb McGary's mold a little bit better. He fits that scheme a little bit better. So a lot of the times players in free agency, when they do decide to go to another team to make more money, which I don't, I want the players to make as much money as they can. Sometimes that leads to the players, numbers and things of that nature, and their stats usually go down if they go to a team where they don't fit the scheme, but they just leave because of money. So if I'm Kaleb McGary, I'm definitely trying to get as much money as possible, but also he may want to go to a team that if he does leave in free agency, that kind of he fits kind of the scheme that they're going to run. Because I don't believe that Kaleb McGary is at his best in pass protection. I really feel like he's at his best being a mauler in the run game. And I feel like this Falcons team kind of fits Kaleb McGary perfectly with Arthur Smith's zone running scheme. So we're going to see what the Atlanta Falcons decide to do in free agency. You guys let me know what you think of Kaleb McGary. Do you think the Atlanta Falcons will re-sign him? Personally, I think it comes down to how much he's looking for in free agency, because we're going to have to pay Chris Lindstrom. So I do think he's going to have to take a little bit of a hometown discount type deal. But I believe that the Falcons will be willing to give him a decent contract if he does decide to stay with this Atlanta Falcons team. Maybe they can sign him to like a 2 or 3 year deal. I can see them signing him to like a 3-year deal and possibly making him like a top 10 paid right tackle, but I can't see them paying him top dollar like the highest paid right tackle in the NFL if he wants to return in 2023-2024 season. But with that being said, this being your boy Jew. You guys let me know what you think of the video. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, definitely hit that subscribe button for your boy. We are currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers and beyond. With that being said, this being your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace.